Hello everyone, this is Diane. I decided I just want to spend a little bit of time today making some quick tags. I have wallpaper pieces. Some are new, some are very fragile and old. And I have a lot of different digitals that I can use. And let me see, I think that needs to be straightened out. And then for bases, I just have my typical file folder pieces and cream colored cardstock. You can use any colored cardstock that you might have. So I'm just cutting some into sizes for tags, and I can also make pockets and journal cards. I love to use these parts of the file folder to make pockets. I'll just get a few pieces prepped, ready to go. And I do have some ready-made tags if I want to just grab one of those. Okay. So I could either select a wallpaper and then decide what kind of digital I want to use, or I could pick out a digital. So I've got the wallpapers right here. Let's go with that. These are some pieces of vintage fragile wallpaper that I found at a flea market several years ago, and it's been buried. So I think if I just take a plainer piece and not this, I mean, I could make a beautiful tag with that, but I kind of want to feature the digitals today. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I think if I take this piece that doesn't have so much brilliant flower color, let's just try it and see. I just finished putting my signatures together for the glue books, and I put the eyelets in the spine so that I can add the beaded cords when I'm done sewing the signatures in. So this evening I will be sewing signatures in. I have 4 books, so I don't know if I'll do them all tonight. But I just wanted you to know I'm making progress on those glue books, and every time I get those covers out to do anything with them, I just love those covers. So maybe when the flea market opens again in April, if those that whole volume, the whole collection of those golden encyclopedias are still there, maybe I'll get them. I could sell some of the encyclopedias, so I don't have to feel like I have to make glue books out of every single one. Okay, that's a nice little piece. I can add other kinds of elements too. It doesn't have to be just wallpaper and digitals. I could add lace or borders or whatever. I've got some of these journaling cards. I thought I should use some of these cards from various shops. That's a button card. So this would be cute to actually put some buttons on, because that would be in a pocket, and then it could be removed from the pocket. So if you're going to write in the journal, you don't have to deal with the bulk. So I think I'll just grab some buttons and glue them down. I won't sew them down because I'm on a video. Let me get the buttons. Let's look for a green one. I see some greens. They're way down. That one's a little bit too bulky, I think. There's an elusive green in there I'm trying to get. It still eluded me. I see it in there. There it is. That one. It's really pretty. I don't know how much you can see. I lowered the camera again. I don't think I want to use this one because this might be a glass one and I can't cut the shank off. I don't know. It might be plastic. But I'm not going to use it now that I fished it out. Oh my goodness. I was trying to get this bundle too, and it just kept floating away from me. I could cut that better if I had my little scissors right here, but I don't see them. Okay, let's see. That one is beautiful. See if I can cut the shank off it. I hope it won't fly up and hit the camera. Can you hear the pieces flying around? Okay, hopefully that's good enough. Sorry, I have to put these away. I'll pick up the ones that fall on the floor later. What I use to glue buttons down is glossy accents. You know, I could make tags out of wallpaper and digitals for a week and not come close to exhausting my supplies. Maybe this will be an ongoing project, and when I get enough made, I can put some in my shop. If you're interested. I do thank you, those of you who went to my shop to purchase some of the vintage labels. I am very gratified because now I was able to keep some for myself, of course. And you guys helped me pay for them. Which is the only way that I can keep doing stuff like that. Even at flea markets, when I see, I was too far down, wasn't I? I'm sorry. When I see like the big scrapbooks of vintage cards or postcards, they're expensive and I wouldn't want to buy them, except that I know you guys are gonna help me. I need to cut more off of that. So thank you for helping me with the labels. There's still some in my shop. The can labels, I was surprised. They were the most popular. And that's what I had the most of. And they're gone from my shop right now, but I may be able to put some more in, but not right away. I want to make sure I have what I need. So I'm going to let that dry for a little while before I glue that down, and I'll probably add some lace to that. Now let's do the opposite and choose a digital. Let's do this William Morris or Art Nouveau design. It's not William Morris. This part is probably William Morris. And that part is, I forgot his name, and I have a whole big book about his. What am I doing? I already have that. I have a book with his art in it. It'll probably come to me. But they're both from the same era. I doubt if I have any William Morris or Art Deco design wallpaper. These are a bunch of borders. Oh, how about this? I think that would work well. This could be a larger tag. I didn't have any big pieces to cut, so I'll just do this. Had a great day with my sisters and my parents yesterday. I know it was December 5th yesterday, and you know, that's 20 days before Christmas. But with my one sister's busy schedule, that was the best day for us to have our day with our parents. And I'm sure, I know I'll see them before Christmas because I live really close to them, and my other sister probably will see them before Christmas again. I don't know if Barbara will get a chance to, but we had our day together. And one of my sisters made roast beef and gravy, and the other one made mashed potatoes, and I brought frozen corn and store-bought rolls, but I made some cookies and the candies that I took. Now, it needs something else. Like some trim or lace. Just brought my whole drawer over to see if there's anything in this cool. This is like my special lace. I think I'll look for something a little more neutral. Maybe I'll try that one. We'll see. This is my wide lace, and it might be too wide. I don't know if I have something. I could cut that one. Let's see what what we've got here. I think I want to save that and make a big pocket out of it. That could be pretty. Or that could be prettier. I like that. Do I want to cut that off or wrap it around? If I wrap it around, that'll limit the journaling space. I think I'll just wrap around a little bit of it. Make sure I have the right side facing up. See, that would be pretty on the back. Okay, I'm going to ink it first before I wrap that lace around. Don't think I need to ink on the front. So anyway, we had a lovely lunch. The roast beef was delicious. But before we ate, we went down to the common room. So the deal was, we had told our parents that we would do Christmas carols for them. And if anybody wanted, you know, it's a common room. We can't tell other people they can't come, but we would definitely welcome them to come in and join us. But my mother, the social butterfly that she is, and she likes to show her girls off, I mean, her daughters, she put a notice up in the common room telling people the day and the time, and then she, when we got there, she went around and knocked on all the doors. It is a one-floor apartment building for seniors, so there aren't, I don't even know how many apartments there are, but it's not a ton. I don't even know if there's 10 apartments, maybe. And most of the people came. Couple didn't come down. So we went down there and we did some Christmas carols, and I heard my mother singing once in a while, but I didn't hear a lot of singing from the others. But afterwards they said they were singing inside, in their hearts. They just enjoyed it. They loved it so much. And what a thrill it is to get to do that for them. And I know that my parents enjoyed it thoroughly, and that was what we were there for. I think it needs a little bit of a ribbon or something, a color. I think this is going to be the next thing I have to sort. My basket of ribbon. I try to contain it to this basket, and now it's just overflowing, so I need to do something. I figure I don't use ribbon that much, so I don't need much, but apparently I need all of this. I don't sing too much while I'm playing the piano. It's a difficult piano to play. It's an old upright, and it is terribly out of tune, and it's very hard to push the keys. It's work to play that piano. So I don't feel like I can play with a good flow, but because I don't sing along while I'm playing, I wanted to just do a piano arrangement. And my mother asked me if I had one ready when I got there, so I was glad. So I don't play the piano here much anymore. I haven't played much since my husband died. I just don't enjoy it much anymore. But I dusted off the piano and practiced, got out my Christmas books and found one that I could play reasonably well since I haven't played in so long. And I knew my dad would like it because it was O Come All Ye Faithful, but it was combined with part of a Beethoven sonata called the Pathétique Sonata. And it's one of my very, very favorite Beethoven pieces. It brings me to tears. It's just so beautiful. It's the second, if you're curious, it's the second movement of the seventh symphony, I guess. Or, yeah, I think that's what it is. And anyway, it was combined with O Come All Ye Faithful. So I played that, and my dad had tears in his eyes. I knew he would like it. He likes Beethoven too. And other people in the room had tears in their eyes. And it's not because I played it so beautifully. That piano was so bad. And the lower notes were worse as far as tuning. And there were some low notes in that. And I thought, oh, this sounds terrible. But they didn't care. They liked it. Not sure if I like this ribbon. I think I do, but I guess I'll just do it like that. I kind of want all of the pieces to be touching, but I don't want to cover up the pretty design on the lace, so it can't be too far over. So that means this has to be pushed over here. Let me see if I like it. Am I too low again? I thought these were going to be quick and simple tags, but I'm making them a little more complicated. Well, I still feel like it needs a little more brightness. So what I'm going to do is, I have these papers. Came out of a journal, some binder or something. So they're not too heavy. But I think if I matted this with that, it would add a little edge of just brightness, lightness. Get all these ribbons out of my way. I didn't want to get everything in my craft room out today, but I might. So then after, and then of course we did more caroling. And they gave us some requests. So we did some of the requested songs. And then we went back to my parents' apartment where the dog was anxiously awaiting her people to come back. And we, got the food around. It was all cooked. We just had to maybe reheat some things. And then we exchanged our gifts, and it was just lovely. So my sister, the one that's a great seamstress, I had given her maybe a couple years ago, maybe not quite that long, 3 shirts. You may have heard the saga of my husband's shirts. I sent 5 of his shirts to an Etsy maker years ago who makes teddy bears, like memorial bears. And I really wanted one for myself. And maybe it was just 3, but I'm thinking I did send some for the grandkids too. Anyway, I had at least 1 for me and 2 for each, 1 for each of my kids. And yeah, I think that's all I did. And you pay up front. So I paid her to make these memory bear shirts, or memory bears out of shirts. Phew. And then she gave me an update. They were almost done from what she said. And then I never heard from her again. And I had to message Etsy, and they ended up refunding me. But they couldn't refund the shipping that I paid to mail the shirts to her. And of course they can't give me back the shirts. They're irreplaceable. And I was so upset. They closed her shop, and I've never heard anything from her. So I happen to have 3 shirts left because I had given my son some of his shirts and then put the rest of the shirts in with the Salvation Army donations. So I happen to have 3 left, and I gave them to my sister and asked her if she could make pillows with them. Just pillows. No bears, just pillows. So I've been waiting patiently. I told her there's no hurry, there's no stress. And she made one of those shirts into a pillow for me this year. And it's beautiful. She's a wonderful seamstress, and she did a beautiful job. Put an invisible zipper in the bottom of it so I could take the pillow casing out. I'm just looking for a ribbon to put in here. I don't need to do that right now. Yeah, I think this tag is done for now. I like it. And I'll just add Sorry Silk probably to that. Okay, I'm going to move this ribbon off my table. Okay, we have 2 tags done in, what, half an hour? Pretty close. Where's the first one? Here it is. All right, it's not even done. I think those are glued on. So I think I will just sew around that to add some interest. Oh, I've got this crimped piece. I like that. This is a skinnier one. Okay, we'll do that. I'm just going to glue it down and then trim around it. I don't want to put it in my paper trimmer because it kind of crushes the crimped wales. I moved it down from the top because the top part is smoother because you put it in, and so the part that kind of goes past the crimping wheel stays flatter. So anyway, I'm just going to cut that part off. And it went in crooked, so the wales are slanted. You're not even going to get to see much of it, but it's enough to tell that it's crimped. Yeah, see how much that helps, just putting that pink matting around it. One more thing. Nope, not in there. Hopefully in here. I don't want the big pieces of lace applique. Okay, not in there. Well, I thought I could find it very quickly. but I can't. I have something a little smaller than this, but it's something like that that I can cut a shape off of. This is bigger than I wanted, but I'll put it up there, and I think it'll be pretty. Oh, and then the other thing that the same sister made for me, she sends photographs via internet, I believe, to this company. I don't know what the company is, but what she gets in return is a canvas that's already stretched on a frame, and it is a paint by number of the photograph that she sent, and she gets all the paints that go with it, all the colors. And you don't know how much detail is in a photograph until you start doing a paint by number of it. So she did one of my parents sitting on the front step of their house before they moved, and their dog, the one they still have now, was sitting between them on the steps. And there's a reflection of all the trees, because they lived out in the country. They were surrounded by trees, and they had a big front yard, but you could still see the whole glass window of the door behind them had trees reflected in it. And so my sister had to paint all of that, and it's just uncanny. When I first saw them from across the room, I thought it was a photograph that she had printed on canvas, but no, she painted it meticulously. And then my other sister and I opened our gifts, and Barbara got a painting of herself with our youngest sister that passed away over 6 years ago now. Like, she passed away just half a year after my husband did. And that's it, just 2. That's all I've done. But we opened ours at the same time, our boxes, and I looked down at mine, and I lifted up the tissue, and I saw a picture of my husband and me. And I just started to cry, and I didn't even know that Barbara was on the other side of the room crying, looking at the picture of herself and our deceased sister. So these are precious, precious paintings, and the love that went into every little paint stroke is amazing. And Annette said she thought about each person as she was painting their features and their hands and whatever was visible, in the picture. She thought about those people while she was painting. It was just a wonderful gift. I think now let's try to do a pocket. And that's probably all I'll have time to do. I don't know why I always picture knocking out, half a dozen of something. It's not gonna happen. I think I'll make that a little shorter. Instead of doing a square like a journaling card digital, I think I'll look for a fussy cut digital. Oh, I've got these labels. I kind of wanted to use, not those, these labels. And I know I've got a whole bunch of antique labels, vintage labels that I got, the kind that I just put in my shop, but these are digital ones, and I really want to be more thoughtful about using the vintage ones, so I don't want to use them in a quick video like this. I like that. What can go behind it? Here's another digital. Maybe that would be fun. Just lay it on there sideways and trim around it. Okay, we're gonna go for it. I don't even know where that digital came from. Here's my little scissors. My dad likes to do jigsaw puzzles. He always has a puzzle in progress. And he puts his headphones on and listens to music while he does jigsaw puzzles. So between the three of us sisters, he got 4 jigsaw puzzles yesterday. But he said he will do them. I'm gonna look at my border pieces here to put across. I'm not really into moths, but let's see how this looks. Nope. That looks good, but I think there might be another one that's actually shaped right there. Yep, I think that'll be good. Just that's a little more simple. This pocket is a little more simple than the tags that I just did. And then we're going to have to say we're done. I'm sure I'm over 45 minutes now. I don't believe these are stickers. These are Anna Griffin, so they're nice heavy cardstock. But that's a subtle color. It's not too bright, but it's a nice little accent for this darker green. I got all those Anna Griffin borders at a vendor's store, like flea or antique kind of store. She had a whole bunch of Anna Griffin stuff. And if you know Anna Griffin stuff, it's good quality. It's sold on HSN for one. I don't know if it's sold other places too, but it's pretty expensive. So I got some at a good price. There's a pocket. So we did two things in this video, or three things, I'm sorry. We did the pocket. I think that might be my favorite. And this beautiful tag, the beautiful image and the lace. When I end up putting this in a pocket, I don't know if I'll end up tacking those pieces of lace down. It just depends on the style of pocket it's in, or the size. Look at the pretty buttons though. And then this Art Deco one. So I guess I forgot about the wallpaper. You know, I was going to use wallpaper on all of these, but I really like the way this turned out. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this quick project, and not a quick video, but hope you were playing along with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.